our little look at where we got to where we are, what made us, us. Today we have 3 short skits to help us celebrate summer and the summer holidays. Our first skit helps us to reminisce about ordinary people. At least I think most of us here are ordinary people. So sit back and relax and visit with Janice and Flo. Hey Janice, come and have a seat. You want a soda?
Sure, thanks. I got a tickle in my throat. I'd love one. Oh, thanks. What are you reading when I came up?
Oh, celebrity woman. Now listen to this. That Madonna has gone and dyed her hair again. Red this time. And J-Lo's dumping her latest.
Flo, you actually bought that magazine?
Well, sure, they don't give them away.
You gotta stop reading that stuff, Flo.
Why?
Before you become addicted to it. Before you become a celebrity worshiper. Don't you know celebrity worship is the greatest threat to our nation today?
Gee, Janice, I thought it was global warming.
No, celebrity worship is making something terrible happen. All the ordinary people in this country are disappearing, one by one. One day there will be no ordinary people left.
But we're ordinary.
Right now we are, but you keep reading that stuff and soon you won't be content to be ordinary anymore. You'll start wanting implants.
Implants? What kind of implants?
All kinds. Hair, teeth, boobs.
Never.
Or your daughter will.
Angie, never. Why would she want that stuff? She's a nice-looking, ordinary young girl.
That's just it. Pretty soon, ordinary-looking girls won't be able to get dates anymore. That goes for the guys, too. Did you see our girls at the pool the other day? They're ignoring the ordinary-looking boys and making eyes at those 2 hunky lifeguards.
Yes, I did notice that.
And the lifeguards only had eyes for Donna Scolari.
Well, yes, now that you mention it.
I said to my Myra afterwards, Myra, forget the humps. Date an ordinary guy, like your father.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was just a few years ago that ordinary people were in the majority. Now they're getting to be an endangered species.
That's right.
Do you remember when we had ordinary doctors?
Yes, and ordinary newscasters,
Ordinary athletes?
and even ordinary presidents.
It's all changed. Now they all want to be celebrities.
Or wannabe celebrities.
Have you ever noticed how women and men, and kids too, are dressing these days?
You mean with those bare midsections, or those micro skirts, or something sleeveless on top that looks like men's underwear?
That is men's underwear.
That's not cheap.
You know, they only look cheap. You know what? I went into the ladies' powder room the other day. I was combing my hair in front of the mirror. A young woman joined me, and I caught sight of her in the mirror. Well, I was so embarrassed. I couldn't take my eyes off her.
Why?
She was covered in tattoos. Big tattoos. Arms, bosoms, midsection. I just stared at her.
It's rude to stare.
Oh, I know. We locked eyes in the mirror. I just couldn't look away. I wanted to say something, anything to break the tension. I started to say, nice day, but it came out, nice tattoo. But you know what? She just smiled and said thanks.
Yes, that just goes to show we're living in an exhibitionist culture.
I worry more about my Myra and your Angie. They may not be able to find ordinary men to marry. What if they bring home a guy with a bad haircut and a bad attitude to match?
Or no hair at all. That's popular nowadays. But what can we do about it? About women running wild? Maybe even our own girls running wild? Say, what does your Chuck say about this?
Well, Chuck's happy with his beer and his TV program. As long as I don't find chores for him around the place, he's okay. When he does notice Myra, he says, put some clothes on or you'll catch cold.
Gus is the same way. Doesn't notice what's going on around. Wonder what he'd do if I fixed myself up like one of these actresses.
You don't want to find out. Just be glad you and I are married to ordinary men. Our men are the last of a fine breed, and I'm glad to be ordinary.
Me too. Me too.
Yay!